Hello everyone, my name is Dylan, and today we're going to be talking about the Mexican-American War. In the early history of the United States of America, a phrase called manifest destiny was coined. This was the belief that it was America's duty to expand further west to the Pacific. However, there was a problem: Mexico. On the 16th of December 1810, New Spain declared its independence from Spain and became Mexico. Let me introduce you to a little place called Texas. Texas nowadays is one of the 51 states of the USA. However, it wasn't always like this. It used to be part of Mexico. In 1820, Americans began to settle in Texas. Tensions rose between Americans and Mexicans over matters such as religion, language, and law, leading to the Texan Revolution and the setting up of the Republic of Texas. While Texas had gained its independence, it was still paranoid that the Mexicans would take it back. Texas constantly asked the US for annexation. However, because of the divide between North and South on the issue of slavery, it was constantly rejected until 1845. On March 4th, 1845, James K Polk was elected as the President of the United States of America. He was a strong believer in manifest destiny and managed to convince Congress to annex Texas. After the annexation of Texas, a border couldn't be decided on by either side, leading to the creation of a disputed zone. US soldiers were hastily stationed in the disputed zone, and on April 25, 1846, Mexican cavalry attacked American soldiers. The Mexicans then laid siege to American forts near the Rio Grande River. However, US General Zachary Taylor held strong and defeated the Mexicans at the Battle of Puerto Arta and Resaca de la Palma. In response to the attacks, on May 3, 1846, Congress declared war on Mexico. Up in the north, US forces had managed to capture modern-day New Mexico for the United States without any casualties. American forces continued further west into California and fought the Battle of San Pascual. Despite the American firearms not working, they still managed to win the battle. US forces then proceeded to modern-day LA and fought the 2-hour Battle of Rio San Gabriel, in which the US were again victorious. Down in the south, US forces crossed the Rio Grande River and fought the Battle of Rio Monterrey, with heavy casualties on both sides. For the Americans, this was because there was a lack of training in urban warfare for the men. As US forces continued south, US High Command were hesitant to send infantry reinforcements. The American High Command instead favored an amphibious landing. And so on March 9th, American soldiers landed at Veracruz and proceeded to besiege the city. Despite the Mexicans having artillery, the American forces took the city and set their eyes on the capital. Seeing the incoming Americans, Mexican soldiers set up an entrenched position with artillery support. The Mexicans believed they would have the element of surprise, but much to their dismay, their position was revealed when their artillery fired on US cavalry. American infantry units then poured into the entrenched line and won the battle. The Americans continued to Mexico City. When they reached it, they fought a series of battles around the city's right flank. However, they managed to capture the city after a long and hard war. During peace negotiations, the United States had the option to annex the entirety of Mexico. However, they decided not to because of cultural divide. Don't get me wrong though, the United States gained much land from this war, such as modern-day Utah, California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, and of course, Texas. Mexico lost 1/3 of its land, and relations between the countries aren't the best today due to, recent events.